I'm going to tell you a story. And my story is based in Botswana. Do you guys know where Botswana is?
Yes.
Yeah, here is our neighboring country. And then we have the vast Okavango swamps in Botswana. And that is where our story takes place. It is a San folktale called Chameleon and the Greedy Spider. Okay, so once upon a time, long kudala time ago, the great grandfather of all the spiders lived in a huge web in a massive tree on the edge of the Okavango swamps. Now this spider was completely round, and as he was always hungry, loved nothing more than a feast. Spider used to boast that he knew all the stories of the bush, and he would make it his business to hide in unexpected places and eavesdrop on what everyone was saying. He loved to spy on the bees as they would travel far and wide and would bring news from faraway places. The ants were also very wise, and they knew all sorts of secrets. The ants were at it again. Shh!
They say there ought to be a feast.
But then out of the blue, Pigeon came and started to coo. Grr, 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 grr. What'll I do? What'll I do? The ants were at it again.
As I was saying, I heard there ought to be a feast.
But then Pigeon came again. Grr, grr. What'll I do? What'll I do? Spider was so upset and exclaimed,
"Oh, you silly bird! I couldn't hear where the feast will take place."
So Spider thought to himself, maybe his friend Chameleon would know.
I wonder if Chameleon would know, because surely he's seen something with those big eyes.
So Spider spun a silken thread, lowered it to the ground, and ran as fast as he could to where Chameleon lived.
Chameleon, my friend, how are you? So can you tell me, which feast are you going to attend?
Chameleon just rolled his eyes and then answered, Spider, can you tell me which feast are you referring to? Because I heard there are to be several feasts. Now Spider couldn't believe what he was hearing and started to shake with excitement at the thought of not one, but several feasts. Spider tried to pull himself together.
Oh, Chameleon, my friend, but tell me, which one would you prefer
to attend? But Chameleon knew about spiders and all his tricks and just rolled his eyes and didn't offer Spider any clues. Spider was annoyed. He knew that there were feasts, but didn't know when or where it would take place. So Spider went home and called on his 4 children.
Children, come here, come. Tell me, did you hear anything about a feast? Children, I'm asking you a question. Did you hear anything about a feast? My children, I'm going to ask you for the last time. Children, tell me, did you hear anything about a feast?
Yes.
Oh, so are you going to the feast?
No.
You children, you don't know how to enjoy life. Me, I feast to the fullest.
So Spider showed his 4 children how to wrap a silken thread around their middles as he had done. So when they were to come upon a feast, they would tug on the thread and Spider would know where to go to attend the feast. Is that a good plan?
Yes.
We'll find out now. So off his children went into 4 different directions while Spider climbed into his favorite web and dozed off. Greedily, he dreamed of all the food that he was going to eat at the feast. So the first young spider went off to the north, and there he came upon Hare's house, and the feast was about to start. So he tugged excitedly on his thread to let Spider know. And then in the west, the second young spider came upon Bullfrog's house, and the feast was well on its way. So this young spider tugged an urgent message on the thread. Then in the east, the spider came upon Leopard's house, and the feast was well on its way. So too he tugged an urgent message. And then the fourth spider went all the way to the south and pulled on the silken thread as he dashed off to join Honey Badger's feast. While as Spider was sleeping, he felt a pull and was like excited because he was getting ready for the feast. So he got himself ready and was about to leave to go to the feast. But then he felt another pull.
Can you believe it? 2 feasts in one day?
But then he felt another pull, and then another pull. Spider didn't know which way to go. He was so excited, but just couldn't decide. And then he felt the threads starting to pull tighter and tighter and tighter. And his stomach became smaller and smaller and smaller. Spider started to feel faint and didn't know which way to go. And then suddenly, all the threads broke. And Spider got thrown into the air and landed on his back, unconscious. You could hear the sounds of drums on the plains as all the animals enjoyed their feast, and they were having a good time. All except the greedy spider. So since that day, all spiders have tiny little waists, and they don't attend feasts anymore as they can only eat little bits of food at a time. And that is the end of Chameleon and the Greedy Spider. Thank you guys, thank you so much. So today we learned a little bit about the spiders. Tell me, do you know any fun facts about spiders? Any facts? Do you know that spiders aren't actually dangerous to humans? No, they're not. So if you see a spider, just gently usher them outside into nature where they are at home. And another fun fact, did you know that spiders live mostly on land, but you also get raft spiders? They live in and around water, and they can actually run on water. Yeah? And then another fun fact is that spiders, they spin their webs and they catch bugs and all sorts of irritating bugs like mosquitoes. So they are actually helping us out. Another fun fact is that a spider can spin a web in just about an hour. Yeah? And then the last fun fact is that a spider house consists about, on average, 30 spiders. So if I'm counting today, we have about 2.5 spider houses here today. So give yourselves a round of applause.